Ow. Yeah, it's me again, and we back with another episode of R&R. I'm your host, Jamerson Ballard. Yeah. And it's that time again, y'all. It's Monday. What can I say, man? I'm here. I'm a little bit late. I'm a lot bit late. You know, but it's my shit, so I could do that. I really wasn't planning to be late, but late nights, early mornings, man. You know, the clock is never stopping. You know, we still clocked in right now, although it's not paying in the way that I would like for it to pay right away. The real payoff is the fact that I get to do this with y'all. You know, give y'all a little bit of, a little touch up, man. Because, it's needed. It's needed. They call it a revival at the church houses, and we reviving it. We revive it. You know what I'm saying? We revive. They'll let you know that you're alive, man. I hope y'all had a good weekend, a safe weekend. It's been a few things that transpired, and we're going to talk about it. Now, today's episode is brought to you in part by Kicks, the luxury urban shoe brand developed by me, myself, and I. Check the link in the description box and get at a try. The title of today's episode is called The Unlearning. Yeah, we're going to call it The Unlearning because it's a lot of shit in life that you pick up along the way, and to get where you're trying to go, you got to do some shit you ain't never done before. And a lot of that is going to require that you lose some of what you know, so you could, because you can't put nothing in a cup that's full already. So you'll have to unlearn a lot of the stuff that you've learned in order to do things in a way that you might deem appropriate now that you've reached a certain level. Because you're going to level up in life, especially if you have aspirations and goals. If you don't got nothing, get you some. But yeah, how much are you willing to pay for the flavor? Huh? How much are you willing to pay for this flavor that you seeking? Because a lot of you niggas, R.I.P. to Tupac, but I ain't never wanted to be no Tupac, man. I just wanted to be the best me. A lot of you niggas, when you ain't looking in the mirror, you see yourself as some other nigga, Michael Jordan or some bullshit. And it's kind of weird when, you look at somebody that you seen as a hero and then they turn out to not be what you expected them to be, when that's just because you got to take these niggas off a pedestal, man. Anything they could do, you could do too. You know what I mean? A lot of you niggas want to win all the time, but the way Michael Jordan ended up becoming who he is because he took that's right, you guessed it, a major loss at a tender age where, you either gonna sink or you gonna swim, man. A lot of you niggas is just existing, and that shit is weak as hell. I remember when I first, realized somebody that I admired some wasn't really all they was cracked up to be. And, it was an awakening for me, and it's like kind of like when you become a man, right? It's like when you, when you realize that your mom ain't shit. And that's fucked up to say. That's something Craig could say for real, but I'm just saying, like, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, man. You're going to have to unlearn a lot of shit, man. I used to run around here drinking Sprite, eating a whole lot of cheese and shit. And that's not because I like that. That was kind of handed down to me by my predecessor, my mom. She loved Sprite, and she had a hankering for cheese. At this point, we can't really afford to do all that extra shit. I think soda is probably linked to killing a lot of you niggas' sperm count. And cheese is just mucus. A lot of mucus, and you don't really need that. You know, us as a people, our diet a little bit different than some of those that we've seen or that was presented to us. To, you know, the ones before us, a lot of the, you know, because we, you know, descended from a lot of people who were in slavery, and they was just giving bullshit. A lot of you niggas about to eat some booty noodles this holiday. Yeah, I said it. Booty noodles. 29, what's happening? A lot of you niggas is out there eating shit that you don't even know why you eat it. You just eat it because you seen the motherfucker before you eat it, and you eat it too now. Some of you niggas are eating goose liver and all kind of shit. And, you know, I was about the same age Jordan was when he got kicked off the team, when I realized that I don't think I want to eat pork no more. And I'm not trying to squat on anybody that eats pork, but, you know, I kind of felt like I had a hankering, I had an idea, right, that you are what you eat. And so, you know, when I started getting into the word, man, it started, you know, reinforcing what I was already, you know, had on my mind. And, you know, I know they said that you can rock with it later, but I just never went back to that, you know. And that might be an interpretation you might not be familiar with. You know, I don't necessarily feel like, and it's not about me, you know, but I don't think it's something that I just, you know, when you got outsiders coming in, you got to kind of, you know, be a little bit merciful to how they get down, because, you know, I get down on some of these posts that I got on, you know, some of the Asian, but I don't know if they got it how we got it out here, as far as, like, you know, the abundance of, like, animal flesh, like cow meat and things like that. I mean, there's dogs out there. So they own dogs, caterpillars or whatever they eating. I mean, that's just you gotta have in order to survive. Me personally, though, I'm at a point right now where I don't feel like I gotta eat meat to feel like I've eaten a meal anymore. And that's a different place to be. If you'd have told me I was gonna be like that 15 years ago, I'd have told you it was crazy. But like I said, man, we want to live long and prosper. So, you know, you got to unlearn a lot of the stuff that you may have learned on the way in, and, you know, take some of the people down off the pedestal, and, you know, let some new stuff in, man, because, you know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you either going to adapt or you're going to die. And that's just as plainly as I could put it. You know, you see cats 50, 60 years old, they refuse to change their diet. You know what I mean? They out of there. And it's spooky, man, but everybody gonna go. I had a cousin that just passed, man. And, you know, shout out to the minister that did the service, but he was saying something like, you know, the cool part about salvation is free. It's free, and it don't cost you nothing. And I disagree with that. It's going to cost you everything. Yeah, it's going to cost you everything. You can't get it unless you're willing to pay that much. When I asked you earlier, how much are you willing to pay for the flavor? You're going to have to die to get it. And what I mean by that is just the person that you was is not going to be the same person that you're going to be once you get exposed. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been exposed. And if you're the same person after that, then, you know, what was the point? You're going to be changed. You know, unless your heart is hard. You know, which means your mind is malleable. It's not like you won't let it absorb nothing. So, you know, and the church term for that is being given over, I guess, to a reprobated mind. So you won't be, you know, don't get me wrong. I study, but I'm not a quote unquote, I'm not a traditional church goer. I don't be, you know, hiding out in the synagogues. You know what I'm saying? My praise is a lot different. My praise is a lot of the reason why a lot of y'all say happy Monday right now, happy Tuesday. You know, and that's all God, because, like I said, Today is the day the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad. And I'm going to be glad every day. I'm going to treat every day like it's holiday. Not just Christmas. But I mean, it's, you know, it's some of us that, and if you waiting for Christmas to do something good for somebody else, that's too long, bro. It's a lot of people that need this every day. You know, it's kind of rough out there. I seen a guy, man, I got a day job, man. It's somebody that was, I think the dude was sleeping on the flat bed, or was it the lift gate, right? I got a lift gate on the back of the truck, and it's like this, really, I don't know, it's like this much room in there. And it's a nigga sleep in there. It was raining the last couple of days, bruh, in there. Bruh needed to be I need an eviction notice and all that shit. He had a cup of juice, and I think they had a Bible outside, like he's in the hotel room. I mean, it was like, the first night I seen it was like last week. Bruh had a pillow. Bruh had a pillow right there. And I think he dipped up out of there before I got to work, and it was a pillow. The pillow was there. I was irritated by the pillow. And I mean, you know, it's comedy to me because, you know, a lot of you cats is not homeless because, you know, you I should say you are homeless because of something of your choices. You know, you chose that. You kept making decisions that was going to get you to that. You didn't have enough core vision to see that far down, but it's, you think you grown, you saying what you want to say, you doing what you want to do, and now you realizing the hard way that you had it a lot easier if you'd have just shut the fuck up. But you couldn't do that shit. I tell a nigga quick, I tell a kid quick, you ain't grown till you paying all your own bills. I don't give a fuck about that 18-year-old shit. You ain't grown till you on your own. So all you 37-year-old niggas that still live with your mama, bro, you was a adult on training wheels, nigga. And, you know, you need to do a lot better. You need to try harder. Man, bro, I done came back to life. I mean, I done died and came back to life several times, which that's basically mean I done reinvented myself, became something. Bro, if you ain't scared when you doing it, if you ain't a little scared, you ain't going hard enough. You ain't going hard enough. Right now, I just shout out to Snoop Dogg, bro. Snoop Dogg is in the new space right now. Sober than a motherfucker. But I'm going to tell you a secret. I ain't. Right now, I'm on some shit called permanent marker. And I'm ripped. But aside from all that, I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying that's where I'm at. But shit, I ain't did nothing in months. So, you know, I've been kind of hard, but, you know, with it being as rough as it is, I can't help but feel like promotion is on the horizon. Some of you cats, you don't feel like that. You ain't gonna never be scared. You ain't gonna never go nowhere. You ain't gonna never do shit you ain't never did before. I went to the spot, I was talking to the dude, and he was telling me how he, you know, going to Connecticut was the best thing ever happened to him. I'm pretty sure he was terrified. He was born and raised in Oklahoma City, and he never been outside of here, so you don't know more than what you know because you ain't seen no more than you've already seen. You know what I'm saying? You have to expose yourself to new and different things. You're going to have to do that. Some of us go too far. Some of us got a little too freaky. I'm going to save a little bit of that for a little bit later. Because I know you heard, about Puff Daddy, Jamerson. What do you think about Puff Daddy and whatever that lady's name is? Talk about that in a second. But you're going to have to go harder, man, if you want something more than what you got. And, you know, a lot of you cats don't be catching the hints. I was listening to Love Dorsey the other day, and she was talking about, you know, it was a message to men, and I was curious to hear what she had to say, but I'm inclined to agree with that. If you niggas has got a chick out there that's getting in her bag and you still sitting on the couch, you the same nigga you was when y'all met, you gonna get cheated on. Yeah, you're not going hard enough. If you see somebody working and you not working yourself, bro, you ain't been raised right. You also do more than just lift your feet up so they can vacuum, bro. Get your ass up and go hit the kitchen or something. Do something different, bro. Do more than just what's expected of you. Because if you don't go above and beyond, you ain't gonna be above and beyond. You're gonna be a regular peon, nigga, like all these other niggas. And you ain't got shit going for you that's gonna set you apart from nobody else. Out here begging and shit. Seen a nigga in the car talking shit to a chick. I guess it's her motherfucking car, and he slammed the door on the passenger side, and he walked around to get in the driver's seat. She was already in that motherfucker. She locked the doors on him and she skirted out on him, man. Cause he in her shit talking shit. That's not your shit, nigga. That's hers. I don't give a fuck what your chick got, nigga. That's hers. You gotta get on here and get your own. And I'm probably, look, if she probably working 41 hours and you working 40, you probably gonna get cheated on, nigga. Cause she feel like cause she working harder than you, bro. She don't look at you and see manliness. She sees laziness or regularness or whatever. Cause it's gonna take more than a dick to keep her, bro. I'm just saying, bro. You doing the same shit you been doing when you met her. I mean, you should be doing a little bit better. You ain't trying hard enough. Anyway, like I said, but some of us niggas going a little too hard in some of these areas, and you know, they ain't getting no NDA signed, so. NDA for you regular niggas is a non-disclosure agreement. That's for niggas that's having shit, but they don't want you to have it. And so, in order for you to come through and get molested or whatever's finna happen, it's gonna be consensual, but I need you to sign this non-disclosure agreement. So, you know, what happens in this bedroom stays in this bedroom. So if you getting it, you need to have those words in your vocabulary or something, because you gonna get sued if you don't, nigga. 30 mil, that's a big check, bruh. A lot of you niggas ain't finna never see that. He just finna give it to a chick because she was, you know, letting shit happen to her that she didn't necessarily agree with for an extended period. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. Man. It's by choice, not force with me, so, you know. But, you know, they say, and this is gonna hurt for some of you niggas because it kind of, I was like, damn. You know, it's this thing called depreciating assets, right? Those things are anything that flies, fucks, drives, or moves. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the reality is if you're impressed by shoes, you know, that shit is impressive to broke niggas. Nice cars, that's impressive to a broke nigga here. Not necessarily here, I'm just saying, because a lot of people, and this is where you have to do your unlearning. You know, if you having money, you doing a lot of work to look like you don't have money, so niggas don't be begging from you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Going to 7-Eleven, oh my God, bro. I just call it begging 11 now, because it's like a hub for all homelessness in this city right now. And they all be clicked up like the same one. Anyway. A rich nigga spend his time trying to not look rich, and broke niggas spend their time trying to look rich. You know what I'm saying? I probably could have made that rhyme, but I didn't, so whatever. But that's, you know, we got it backwards. And I say we because I'm not, shit, me too. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you first get your first touch of a little bread, you want to have shit that you ain't had before. And a lot of that for a lot of you niggas is either a bitch or a car or both. And, you know, maybe you ain't thinking about a house. You should be. That's, you know, nigga on Baby Boy call it guns and butter. You know what I mean? Guns is the shit that are like that just kind of you have, like trinkets, nigga trinkets. Butter is the shit that appreciates with time. Like something that don't move, land, house, you know what I mean? Property. And this is just places where you can park your money. So you don't have a whole lot of money on you, because you get taxed based on how much you've profited this year. So if you say you made $1 million, Your goal is to get rid of 730,000 of that, so that you don't look like you've made over $70,000 this year, and you can still be in this, the appropriate tax bracket. And in order to do that, you have to invest in certain shit, park money places where it could be growing, but you ain't got it on you. That's just one to grow on. But like I said, a lot of them niggas is this out here doing shit. You ain't never seen no money. You ain't never been around nobody with no money, so you don't know what to do with money. You don't know how to act once you get it. And the food in this money will soon part. So let's get into some of these headlines for the week, because it's a few things. It's not a lot, but Snoop Dogg did quit smoking weed. Shout out to him, because that shows some growth. The nigga looked sad in the motherfucker on this post. I didn't believe that shit. Nigga talking about you gotta know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em. That nigga looking like, that nigga looks sober than the motherfucker, boy. That shit was, whew. He looked rough. I don't know. I hope he ain't going through nothing, health-wise, because that's some shit that'll make a nigga change some shit. You want to be the type of nigga that change shit before your health becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, a lot of niggas is getting COPD and shit. That's that shit where your blood don't take in oxygen like it's supposed to, and you walk around with a motherfucking tank on, and that shit ain't cool. I seen Crazy Bone earlier this year, another man that, we kind of know that's gonna blow. You know what I'm saying? We lost Big Nate Dogg, rest in peace, Nate Dogg. Man, I seen some shit on the podcast, said that nigga robbed 7 Taco Bells. I was cracking up, because I don't know. I know he a gangster and he sings songs, but that shit, I didn't see that. Taco Bell, aim higher. Anyway, rest in peace to bro. But yeah, change is inevitable, man. You're going to be older a lot longer than you're going to be younger. So, choose wisely. Some of you your issue is overeating, bro. Don't go to Thanksgiving and hurt yourself, bro. Chill. Pace yourself. It's good. It's delicious. Bitch is going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And, like I said, I think people like Puff, shout out to Puff Daddy, bro. He made a decision in lightning speed, bro. Was like, shit, give it to her. Give it what? How much you want? 30 mil? Fuck it. This bitch ain't finna come out with no buck on me. I mean, he was accused of, allegedly doing, extroverted shit where she, same-sex shit and shit with male escorts and shit and, just a lot of extra shit, drugs and shit. And, hey, man, look, man, Slim Thug was like, that shit is uncool. And who am I to say that if you've been molested, raped, whatever, and, if you take 2 years to say something about it, that's too long. I can only speak from my perspective. I ain't been on that. But if you was taken advantage of in some way, you know what I'm saying? It's, whatever. 20 years, too long. 10 years, too long. But 6 months, a year, 2 years, maybe, I don't know. So, again, shout out to Bill Cosby, because, he had all the dope, man. I don't know why he just didn't tell us that, and then you couldn't be mad at him when the bitch, because bitches like dope. But when they got broke, they was like, oh, yeah, I can say he. So, but when you got that NDA on file, so you said you was going to write a what? Oh, yeah, I'm suing your ass for the profit you done made. We'll take the book down. We'll. And Puffy trying to get ahead of all that shit, but he could have gotten more ahead if he'd have had the NDA. That's all I'm going to say. You a freak like that, bro, make him sign something, because you ain't doing regular nigga shit. And, you doing other nigga shit. You want to take nigga shopping and shit. That nigga 50 is funny. That nigga 50 funny than the motherfucker. He said he did that shit. I seen somebody take a clip of when 50 was on Power talking to Tariq about his dad. And he was like, yeah, I know your dad for a long time. He did that shit. damn, Puff, you did that shit. Did that make you look guilty when you settle out of court? I don't know. Sometimes as a man you have to pick the lesser of the two evils. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm going through a little bit of that with trying to do hella shit. It's like, it's, I don't want this and I don't want that, but I don't want this less than I don't want that. So, and this might be the cost of something. I tell my people sometimes, like, bro, that's the cost of doing business. It's not cool, but at the same time, like, you gotta pay it. You gotta pay somebody. You might not want to pay that much, but you do have to shop around. You have to shop around. Ain't nothing worse than running into a chick that just got taken down by a square bear. If she'd have waited one more week, she'd have ran into you and y'all have been better. But she couldn't. She couldn't wait. She didn't have no patience. Blase, blase, blah. Let me see, man. But yeah, so we talked about Snoop. We talked about Puff. On some non-celebrity shit, it's a kid. No. Actually, no. Let's do this first. All right. So it was a young lady who's going viral for she a teacher for getting at you parents for not parenting, and I agree with her because I've been really tripping off schools lately and shit. I'll tell you why at a later date. This ain't gonna be the day I talk to you, but still, schools and shit is important. Like, to school or not to school is the episode I did. But for those of you who do, school your kids, or, it's like you don't want to, set them out to the wolves. But I don't know, are we doing them any favors by always giving them what they want? Or, it's like, remember in the old school days, you would probably get 2 or 3 whippings before you get to the house. And I know it's like, it ain't necessarily like that now because you don't want no stranger whipping your kids. It is some weirdos out there that trying to take kids and hit kids and fuck kids and all that shit. So, yeah. I mean, even the Boy Scout Masters is weird. People you would have trusted, early 80s, late 80s, 90s. That shit is different now. So you have to adapt. And, a lot of you raising your kids not to respect authority if it's coming from a different adult. But I disagree with that. You probably not doing your job as good as you should be at home if when they get out of the crib, any grown person can ask them to do something or they have direction that they're supposed to follow and they bucking. Like, the teacher mad because y'all ain't really, the home training is lacking. I don't know how much time you're spending with the kids and whether you're doing anything to help them learn something outside the classroom, because 90% of your learning is done outside the classroom. I tell my people that all the time. But at the same time, some of y'all just letting them do whatever. The video games and Disney Channel is raising them. And when they get to a real person, they have to follow some directions and stuff. They giving them lip. She said she asked the little girl to sit down in her area or whatever, and she just refused to do it. And then she called a parent, and the parent was like, why you keep asking her to do something she clearly don't want to do? She don't want to follow directions. And that's the teacher's fault. No, that's your fault. And I'm hearing that in the schools, you got to keep passing the kids because they don't want the younger kids to be with too many of the older kids, and it's like incentives to get money to passing a certain amount of kids, and it's killing shit, man. I do not want to be an old person full of dumb niggas who don't know how to write cursive and or don't know how to write period. Can't read. That is absurd. How you 13 and you read like a 2-year-old? Niggas terrified of a book. The word banana beating your ass. Your vocabulary is severely lacking, and all you use is emojis when you text. Nigga, this technology is killing us. It's killing us. So, some of us need to get back to basics, man. Take that phone, man. I mean, I can't even tell you how to parent. I'm just saying, can you raise your kids right? Because when they run into a cat like moi, and they ain't been trained right, Don't be mad when you get your baby back with their motherfucking chin strap broke. Mouth sunk in because all his teeth knocked out. What's happening? 975? What's happening? Yeah. Hey, it didn't happen. I done gave it to a young cat, bro. The motherfucker had to drink turkey through a straw a few years back. I can't even. Oh, no. But yeah, I can't. What? I can't do it. I can't do it. A lot of you young tick niggas is tender too. Infamil babies. You really ain't got the bone structure to be doing shit like that. And it's just not cool. What do you tell a nigga that had 2 of his teeth knocked out already? You can't tell that nigga nothing. He been told twice already. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man. You know, you got to know when to hold them. Know when to shut the fuck up. And do what that person is telling you, bro. If they're not telling you nothing wrong. That's what you probably should be telling your kids, but you're not telling them that. And it's fucking up shit at the schoolhouse, and the lady fed up. She going viral for it. I agree with her. Raise your kids, man. Raise your kids at home. Teach them to be respectful to other adults so they won't crash into other people and won't have to go to prison for the rest of their life. Like certain motherfuckers. There is a pair of 5-year-old twins who, this was like in, what is that? Santa Cruz County. And one of the 5-year-old twins killed the other 5-year-old twin, man. Stabbed him to death over an argument or, you know, they going into it over a video game. Now, what the fuck is going on in that household? Because the apple don't fall too far from the tree, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. You just, they saying that the little kid probably too young to know what he really did. That little motherfucker know what he did. You had another nigga, it was 2 of y'all. Y'all live right, y'all look just like each other. And it wasn't nothing you couldn't have, you know. I'm hoping there's a father in the house, but it don't really sound like it. You got to let his little emotions get the best of him and lost the video game one too many times, or other brother wouldn't let go of the controller, whatever. But stabbing him to death at 5, he's a murderer already. Cain and Abel ass. Damn, Cain. And you got to live with that for the rest of your life. Probably was tired of his ass. Brother getting on his motherfucking nerves. But you can't kill him. You can't unalive your brother, bruh. At 5, the only other killer I know that was older than that was this nigga named Wayne Perry. Wayne Silky Perry out of D.C. They used to run with Alpo, the nigga that was on, that Cameron played on, Paid in Full. Yeah. Yeah, I've been on a lot of that shit lately, listening to that shit. So, but Wayne Perry is supposedly the Michael Jordan of murder, and that nigga started killing at 12 because his big cousin asked him to kill a nigga for him that he had funk with, and he was like, "But I'm just a kid. Why you asking me to do this?" He said, "Because that's right. You is a kid. He ain't gonna never see it coming." But every time he had a problem with a nigga, he killed him. Then after that, you know what I'm saying? Stick up kid. Basically extorting niggas, trying to sell drugs and shit, but, you know, then he got bailed out by Alpo years later. Felt like he owed him, and Alpo did what he needed to do with bro, used him like a pawn, and told on him because they rather have Wayne off the street than Alpo. And he snitched so he wouldn't get the death penalty or whatever. Got out 20-some-odd years later and got killed still. You know what I'm saying? So, live by the sword, die by the sword? Yeah. Definitely. So I just hope the little kid don't keep killing, because that's not no way to solve your problems. And if all you niggas that be hitting your bitch, man, you got to keep hitting her if that shit work. And if you got a TV and it don't work and you keep hitting the TV to make it work, guess what? It's time for a new TV. Stop hitting that chick, bro. Don't hit her. Keep your hands to yourself, nigga. And ladies, keep your hands to yourself too. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of dudes being raised by their dad so they can just walk away. They gonna get at your ass. And then when he do it, you gonna feel real stupid because they're stronger than you. You know what I'm saying? It's just biology. It's not, don't be mad at me. I'm not trying to be against women. I'm really trying to help y'all by telling you, keep your motherfucking hands to yourself. And it'd be nice if you didn't talk so much when you trying to be hurtful and shit to get that nigga riled up. And then when he do something you didn't think he was gonna do, because he feel like he ain't supposed to, you can't tell. Nigga, I seen a nigga on TikTok say you can't, once you say or do certain shit, you can't tell a nigga where to go with it after that. You can't, you know what I mean? So once you start that shit, you gotta be prepared to take whatever they decide to go with it. Nigga might kill your grandma. You know, might kick your kid, might do something crazy. Shout out to, what's his name, Honeycomb Brazy just got out. I don't know. I heard something about he might have went back in already. I hope not, but shout out to Honeycomb Brazy. Brett did get his grandma did get killed. And you know, for some of you, like I said, so there ain't no rules out here, man. So for all you ladies that be, my baby, y'all, and you getting smoked, it's kind of your fault if you didn't discipline your kid like you was supposed to when he was in your house. You let him out here in the wild with these animals, and he didn't come back home. That's not good. So yeah, you know, maybe you should think about that when you letting them, you know, steal your little money out your purse, and you keep letting him come back, and he ain't really getting punished like that. Now he ain't ran into somebody's house and his ass got his ass killed. Stay out of people's shit. Now we got some different shit going on this week for Weirdo of the Week, which is like the next segment. But before we do that, actually, I got another segment that come before that segment, and this segment is called Jamerson's Top 5. And I know earlier we was talking about homelessness and shit and bums and shit. And this week, I got Jamerson's Top 5 greatest homeless niggas or bums of all time. Yeah. It's a long list. Number 6 really is the nigga that you bitches is letting fuck you to death on your couch. A nigga that's paying rent with pelvic thrust. That nigga is number 6. Whoever that is, shout out to you, nigga, because your ass ain't shit, nigga. I see you. If you watching this and you ain't paid rent, you paying rent with your dick, hey, shout out to you, but nigga, stop that shit, bro. Step it up. Anyway, number 5, flyest bum of all time is Oscar the Grouch. Yeah, I said it. This is a cartoon, but yeah, that nigga was talking shit. Homeless. Nigga, a whole bum. That nigga, hey, bruh. That nigga was, hey. Fictional character, yes. Asshole, yes. Homeless, yes. But hey, he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. Number 4. Rawest bum of all time is Anton the Bum on In Living Color. I don't know if any of you niggas is old enough to remember that. But In Living Color, it was it was a character that Damon Wayans played. Shout out to him. Named Anton. And nigga had a show called This Old Box, which is like this old house where the nigga would show you his bathroom. This is my bathroom, my closet, my bed. The box was everything to him. But that nigga know that about himself. He embraced that. He was able to monetize that. You know. Shout out to Damon. And shout out to niggas that be out there acting like they homeless and then go get in the bins. That's some bullshit. That shit ain't cool, man. Hey, I don't like that shit at all. But I mean, if I purpose in my heart to give you whatever it is I gave you, bro, that's between you and God, man. If you lied to get it, whatever. If you finna get high with it, whatever. Hey, I didn't give it to you, basically. I gave it to God, the God in you. And if that's what you want to do with it, that's what you need to do to get where you're trying to go, then do that. Who am I to judge? Number 3, Tommy on Martin. R.I.P. Tommy, but I don't know if y'all know this. I mean, hey, and it's been speculated that maybe Tommy was a drug dealer, and I'm pretty sure that's true. But before I understood that, he was just a nigga that didn't have no job. But he always was dressed, and I'm pretty sure he was clean. He was fucking on BDB for a minute. So, you know, shout out to him for being a nigga with no job and always having it, man. Fly ass, bum ass nigga. I just thought about bruh man from the 5th floor for a minute, but that nigga got an apartment. He just stayed on the 5th floor. It didn't ever say where Tommy stayed. It didn't say he was homeless, but like I said, you ain't got no job, nigga. What is you doing? You probably Cole stayed with his mama, that's for sure. It's a lot of you Cole ass niggas out there. But anyway, Tommy's number 3. If you disagree, talk to me in the comments. I'll talk back. Number 2, I'm sorry. Number 2 is Billy Ray Valentine. Billy Ray Valentine was a nigga that Eddie Murphy played on this movie called Trading Places. You know, and then you know, he played his way to the top, got to the top on the bet by Mortimer and some other white dude that was supposed to be rich, and they bet $1 that they could do it or whatever. But then once he got there, he stayed up there, so he got his shit together and stayed up there. Nigga was funny as a motherfucker though. He was playing like he was like couldn't walk, and had no legs, and the way it was blind in the beginning. That shit was hella funny, bro. So if you haven't seen that, you got some homework, man. Go check that shit out. Still a classic movie. And the number 1 flyest bum of all time, and I say bum, but I mean this with the ultimate respect, is Jesus Christ. Respectfully. Because Jesus Christ, I don't think he had a place to live. He definitely didn't have a job or money, but he was the Savior. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, it's more than meets the eye, man. Sometimes, you know, you got to look past what a person do and understand that, you know, it's not all about you. So, you know, I know y'all, you know, probably in the Christmas period, but, you know, to be honest, Christ wasn't born on the 25th of December. That's probably too much information for some of y'all. It was actually sometime in September. I think maybe the earlier or middle part, like the 24th or something. But anyway, yeah, they tell us that because, you know, apparently we're celebrating the birthday of Nimrod. And, you know, Nimrod is another dude that you probably ain't heard a lot about because, you know, he in the Old Testament. But, yeah, I heard that, kind of blew my mind, bro. But, yeah, do some homework on that, man. Check that out. Maybe I'm wrong, whatever. But I definitely ain't finna be getting no Christmas tree and putting it in my house and decorating it, man, because that's some shit. That sounds like some pagan shit, to be honest. It's in the Bible, too. Check it out. I mean, it took when I first got to my, shout out to my Uncle Alvin, bro. He put me on to that. He was like, it wasn't no wreaths over his house. I mean, the Christmas spirit was still there, but the Christmas spirit ain't something that just came on Christmas. Hello? The Christmas spirit ain't really the Christmas spirit. The Christmas spirit is the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you better know something about that boy because, you know, he out there or she out there. Listen, get you some. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't going to get it by being safe or not trying nothing different or not listening. You know what I'm saying? So all the stuff I talked about today, I ain't trying to get too churchy, right? But, hey, like I said, you know, it's more than meets the eye out there, man. You know, treat the least of us like the best of us still. Ain't no big eyes, little U's, you know what I'm saying? Even though I got a place to live, it can happen. It can happen. I actually was homeless for a minute. I was the nigga that was on the motherfucking couch. Not necessarily the couch. I was in the bed, but I was paying rent with humps, pelvic thrust. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't necessarily cool. I had to keep it lit, do something, you know, to get something and have something and be something. But it wasn't, you know, by choice. It was something that happens. Sometimes it happens. It happens sometimes. It happens to the best of us, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can make it. You can get up. You can have shit. You know what I'm saying? Just you gotta do it. You gotta go harder. Anyway, so we did that. Now, moving on to the part of the show I like to call "Don't Be a Weirdo." We have GQ magazine. GQ magazine is our weirdo of the week on the strength that they had Kim Kardashian as 2020 one of the 2023 men of the year. What? It's not a man. And she can hustle. I can't knock that, but it's not a man. I don't know what's going on out here. Maybe I'm weird, but a man is not just the genitals by themselves, but at the same time, bro, you definitely have to have them to be considered a man. Am I tripping? I mean, I know it's a lot of transformer out there popping off right now, but that still don't necessarily change shit, man. Now, you could be a person with the male genitalia and not necessarily be a man still. But you definitely have to, that's a prerequisite. So, I mean, who am I, man? It's just my opinion, but shame on you, GQ magazine, for doing that. I mean, a lot of you might feel like that's something that's, forward thinking, but it's just like, hey, man, a man is a man. I'm not saying none is better than the other one. I'm just saying a man is still a man in my world. And this, if you don't agree with that on this show, hey, you can turn the channel. If I offend you, I'm not trying to. I mean, I'm just saying I can't see it. Shouldn't be it. They say the devil is the author of confusion, and that shit is confusing. But anyway, what do I know? So that's that. Who got active is another segment I do. And on this week's Who Got Active, our activated individual of the week is somebody that displays supreme sacrifice by actually giving up her job in order to do what she believed in. And that was care for one of the inmates at the prison where she worked as child, because the lady didn't have nowhere for the kid to go, and she decided she was going to help this lady and take care of the baby. Now, this doesn't really matter as much, but the lady that gave her job was a black lady, and the lady that was having the baby was a white lady. No relation to one another. They didn't know each other. She just did what was on her heart to do. And she was told that if she decided she was going to take care of this this lady baby, if she was going to lose her job, her supervisor pulled her to the side and was like, "Are you going to do it?" She was like, "Well, if they call me in a week and tell me I need to take care of this kid and I ain't got nowhere to go, I'm doing it." So he said, "Well, underneath those pretenses, I have to let you go." So she lost her job, and a week later she got the call, took the baby, and God met her right there. She later got like a check for like 90 bands from people who, felt her story, however that happened. But I mean, God will provide, bro. You got to step out sometimes and do what's right, regardless of how it's going to look. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that everybody don't have the ability to do this, but if it's in you to do that, then you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? The lady's name is Roberta Bell. She's 58 years old. And I forgot what city she was in, but shout out to her, man. She is our activated individual of the week. And it needs to be more people in the world like her. Now, it needs to be less people in the world having babies while you on your way to the pen. So, yeah, maybe she would have lost her job if an old girl would have kept her motherfucking legs closed long enough to just, not even kept her legs closed, but stayed out the way of criminal shit. You know what I mean? But, hey, it is what it is. I think they said the baby in foster care right now, though. Even though the lady took care of the baby, the chick that had the baby came out of jail, got the baby, and, went home with her, or him. But now she don't got him. So it's just like, but, the lady that started, that left her job is going to start like a battered women's shelter, or like a halfway house or something. So, she'll still be doing the good that she's supposed to do. It's just crazy how, it is what it is, man. And this other segment I got is called Wake the Fuck Up. And on today's episode of Wake the Fuck Up, or this segment of today's show called Wake the Fuck Up, we got RMC Mike. Now, I've been a little bit reluctant because, you know, I can't mention one without the other, and I'm going to mention him without the other one. But, you know, bruh, that he came in with locked up right now, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not sure. So, I mean, I know birds of a feather flock together, but Brett is raw, so I'm going to go ahead and give him his because, you know, he raw. Now, RMC Mike came to my attention after I was listening to the Shitty Boys, right? And it was a song called Jackie Moon. And Brett was on there with other Brett, and it was just like, wow, okay, Brett killing it. He's done things since then, but like I said, since I've been kind of like, I don't know how stand-up individuals be, because, you know, you can say a lot of cool words fast, and they rhyme and all that shit, but how much of that shit are you doing is my real question at the end of the day. But shout out to Brett, you know, shout out to Flint. They got a smorgasbord of rappers coming out to Flint and out to D right now that I've been rocking with, and that's just another one of them. So yeah, shout out to you, Brett. I'll leave a link to one of his songs that I feel, you know, on my Facebook page if y'all into that. But and the last but not least, we got Now Flowers, right? And on today's segment of Now Flowers, we're going to give them to Andre 3000. Andre 3000 is, to me, the greatest rapper alive. And he'll always be that. He actually chose to end out his career on top. Although I'm very disappointed in the fact that the album that he ended up releasing not too long ago was an album with him doing wind instruments. But when we talk about things like dying to yourself and trying things that's new, Brett said he was something that he was a baby at, and he decided to do this. I just wish he would have just kept it to himself. Cause that's not how I would have rather put some words on that, man. You know, I don't know if he can. I don't know. I'm hoping he can carry an album by himself and just do something by himself. But, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, when you get older, it's like, yeah, I guess he's saying, like, what did he rap about now? Rap about whatever is going on. Maybe you don't want to necessarily be famous again. I get it. You know, you like going to the laundromat and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, if you're going to do something, do it all the way. Don't do this. That's not cool. I'm like, wait, man, I try to listen to the album. Everybody, all right, it's fine. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. But I ain't mad at Brett, and I sound like a critic. I'm not trying to sound like a critic. I still love Andre 3000. I just wasn't fucking with that. I love the flute, too. I like wind instruments or whatever. I mean, it just wasn't great. But I'm glad he was brave enough to put it out. And, you know, now I have something to talk about. But I rather would have just talked about him getting his flowers because he deserved them. Big Boy deserved flowers, too. But, you know, Andre 3000 did an album with a flute, man. So that's who we talking about. Anyway, I guess we'll end the show on that note. It's Jamerson, Ballard. And, you know, y'all have a productive week, man. I'll see y'all next time. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Oh, yeah. Do me a favor. Cash at me. Activate that like button if you listen to me on other platforms. You know what I'm saying? $ SuperStee, SuperStee. It's Jamerson Ballard on all platforms. And sayonara.